Hey everyone, and welcome. So, you've done all this awesome research, you've got a ton of notes, but how do you turn that into something people will actually want to read? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to take your notes and craft a really polished professional leaflet. And we'll use a cool example to guide us, creating a guide for parents on helping kids who are afraid of monsters. Let's get started.
So here's the plan. First, we'll dig in and find the absolute best content. Then we'll figure out the perfect structure for your leaflet. After that, we'll look at choosing language that's super effective. We'll see how it all comes together in a final sample, and then we'll finish up with a quality checklist to make sure your work is top-notch.
All right, so you've done your planning, you've got your ideas. Now comes the really creative part, the drafting. This is where we take all that raw material and shape it into a leaflet that's clear, helpful, and powerful.
Okay, Section 1, gathering your content. Think of yourself as a detective at this stage. You're hunting through all your research to find the absolute strongest, most important clues, or in our case, facts, that will make your leaflet incredibly useful.
Now, to get great information, you've got to know what to ask. Using really specific search terms like these is the key. You're not just looking for random facts. You're looking for practical tips and expert advice that your audience can actually use.
So once you've done your research, you'll have a lot of info. The trick is to pick out the real gems. Things like the technical name, pterophobia, that's pronounced T-ra-phobia, or a really reassuring fact like that the fear usually goes away by age 9. You're looking for those key takeaways that will form the backbone of your whole leaflet.
Okay, we've got our amazing facts. Now, where do we put everything? A trifold leaflet has 6 panels, and the best way to think about it is like a little story. Each panel has its own job to do to guide the reader along. Let's map it out.
Think about how someone will read this. The front cover has to grab their attention, right? Then, when they open it, the first inside panel eases them in. The middle panels are where you put your most important stuff, your top tips. Then you give them some quick do's and don'ts, and you finish on the back with where they can go for more help. It's a logical flow that makes total sense to the reader. So, our structure is all planned out. Now it's time to talk about the words themselves. This is so important because the right language can turn a simple list of facts into a guide that feels really supportive and persuasive.
Let's start with a powerful tool, imperatives. You can think of these as bossy verbs. They give clear, direct instructions that are super easy to understand. Using words like listen, create, or avoid tells your reader exactly what to do. There's no confusion, just clear, confident advice.
But you don't want to be bossy all the time, do you? To create a gentler, more supportive tone, we use what are called modal verbs. These offer helpful suggestions instead of commands. Phrases like, you may find, or this could help, sound really understanding and give the reader options.
Let's see this in action. Your rough note might just say, laughing at children's fears never helps, which is true, but it's a bit flat. We can transform that into a powerful instruction. Never laugh at worries, listen and reassure. See how much better that is? It's direct, it's actionable, and it uses those great imperative verbs.
Here's another one. A simple observation in your notes might be, watching horror films can make teenagers frightened. Okay, but how do we make that useful advice? We turn it into a command. Avoid horror films, as these can increase anxiety. It's clear, direct, and tells the reader exactly what action to take.
All right, the moment of truth. We've gathered our facts, we've planned the structure, and we've chosen our powerful language. So, let's take a look at how this all comes together in our finished sample leaflet.
So, look at that front cover. It starts with a question that parents can relate to and immediately offers a solution. Then, as soon as you open it up, it asks the big question every parent is thinking. Is this normal? That instantly builds trust and gets them reading.
Right in the middle, we have our top tips. Notice those strong imperative verbs we talked about? Listen, create, try, praise. And putting them in a bulleted list makes them super easy for a busy parent to scan and absorb quickly.
Next to that, we have a simple, numbered, step-by-step guide. Breaking it down like this makes the advice feel totally manageable. It's not some huge, overwhelming task. It's just 3 simple things a parent could do tonight.
You can never go wrong with a good old do's and don'ts list. It's probably the fastest way to get your point across. Someone could glance at this for just a few seconds and get the main idea immediately. It's simple and incredibly effective.
And finally, we land on the back cover. This is so crucial.
always include a section for need more help. It shows that you're a responsible source of information and gives people a clear path forward if the problem is more serious.
Okay, we are so close to being done, but don't skip this last step. A final quality check is what separates a good leaflet from a truly great one. It's time for that final polish.
So just run through these questions. Is the tone right for who you're talking to? Is it easy to read with clear headings? Did you use those special verbs correctly? Check your spelling and punctuation, every single comma. Does the design look good? And did you remember that all-important further help section? If you can say yes to all of these, your leaflet is ready to go.
And there you have it. That's the whole process, from a messy page of notes to a finished professional leaflet. You now have all the tools you need to do this for any topic you choose. Really great job following along.
If you found this explainer helpful, we'd love it if you'd hit that like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe to Nestle Lingua for more tips and guides.